Okay, so any questions on this? Hmm? Okay, so let's move on to the next program. So we need to write more programs. If you write, and you will get a better idea. Because the logic will improve automatically. So that's what you need to write more programs. Okay, so I want to find the duplicate elements in given array. So I want to find duplicate elements in given array. How can you find duplicate elements in given array? So it can be a string or so integer, but a small change. So that, how can you do that? So let's go and so what is that? Public void to print duplicate array elements. So here I can go just write a program, print array duplicate elements. So this is a document comment, so that anybody can understand what this method is doing. So why I'm writing so many methods? Methods is the crucial part. So in Selenium, every line method only. Every line calling the methods or creating the methods, highly used topic. That's why you should know how to create the methods, how to call the methods. That's why I'm keep on creating the functions, multiple functions, because at least you can try how to create the functions. All this you just don't do that. Send me that. These functions you create and send me this. This take this task. Okay, so I'll create a string array first. Okay, let's create a string array. So what is the array syntax? The third syntax, I have given 3 syntaxes. With assigning values also. So you need to assign the values also. How can you do that?
Data type. Square braces and array variable equals to, in curly braces we will give the values.
Okay. So data type, curly bracket, array name. So equal to, you can put a values directly, you can give like this. Element 1, element 2, element 3, and element 4, and so on. So like this. So you can give this values. You can give values like this also. So I'm going to use this format now to give the values. So let's do that. Okay. Now, so I'm going to create a string array. string. So I can say a simple, maybe car types I can put. I'm just creating a string array and BMW, and you can put D, you can put whatever you want, other G. So you can put duplicates will keep, BMW, you can keep, so G, right? So let's enough. So in this, how many duplicates are there? BMW and Jeep. So these are the duplicates. So you need to find out, first compare this one with all these elements. This is called brute force method also we call this. What we call this? Brute force method. So comparing one element with other elements. So you have to take a 2 for loops always in the brute force method. So first element, compare with the second element, and then compare with the third element, fourth element, fifth element, sixth element. So you're going to compare this element with all other elements. So that means this is the inner for loop, right? So inner for loop, this is the outer for loop. Next, this one with all these elements. Next, this one with all these elements. Next, this one with all these elements. Next, this one with this one. So it will keep rotating all the elements, you have to check it. So let's see. I'll take a first for loop. So int I equal to 0, I less than car types dot length and I plus plus. So the next one is inner for loop. So int j equal to, see, I need to start with the second element, and that means I plus 1. I need to start I plus 1. That's our logic. So you need to build j less than car types dot length and j plus plus. So first outer for loop will execute, right? Then we will come inside. So this one, 0 plus 1 means this one, right? 0, 1. So 1 means this one. It will compare. You have to compare. Next one is if condition. So array of I is equal to array of j, then print it. Equals method you have to use in the strings comparison. So comparing two strings, how can you compare two strings? Is using equals method. So make a note of this. So I'll just write otherwise here. So compare two strings using equals method. So equals method, string class equals method. String class equals method. So you have to give, so object obj is the parameter. So you get first element. How can you get the first element? Array name of array name of it is represented by which one?
Index.
Index variable. What is the index variable? I. So equals. So second one, array name of z. Then you print that duplicate element. So array of z. Just print array of z. So is this clear? Any doubts? So the same thing, for example, if it is integer array, how can you do that? But for numbers, this is the one. For how can you compare numbers?
Double equals to, sir.
Oh, excellent, Vishal. Double equals to, right? Numbers comparison is double equals to. Please remember if you don't know. So write that program and send. So take one array, integer array. So write the code. So the program I'm write so integer array program. So in the integer array, print duplicate elements. So everything is same, only here only change. Instead of equals method, what you will give here? Huh?
Double equals to.
Double equals to. That is, I am giving code, entire code. Just write and send it to me. Yeah. So any questions? Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So next program is you need to find the average of array elements. So find the average of array elements. How can you find the average of elements?
Sum of elements by
Sum of elements by total number of elements.
number of
That's it.
elements.
Excellent, right? Sum of array elements divided by the size of the array. How can you get the size of the array?
Array name dot links.
Array name dot
Set.
length. Array name dot length property. So let's write a program. So write a program. I'm going to give input to this method. So write a program to find the, you will write or you want me to write? You will write this program, I'll send. Easy one, right? You want me to write or you will write? Huh? Average of array. Okay. So let's write this public. So some non-static methods we have written. Okay. So I'm just creating a non-static method. You can create a static method also, it's up to you, but you have to give an input to this method. You have to give an input to this method. So basically, how can you get no average? First, you need a sum, right? So declare a variable. So declare so variable, sum variable. So what is that? Initially, sum, you assume that is 0. There is no sum at all. So then you iterate the array. So iterate array. Iterate the array and add each element, each array element. That's important. Each array element to the sum variable. Okay. So let's do that for loop. So int I equal to 0 always, because first element onwards I need to start. Array means first element means 0 only. That's a fixed. There is no change in that. If you are starting from first element of the array means always initialization will be 0 only. There is no rocket science here to understand that also. Why 0 we are putting is because you're starting with array first element. The index variable is I here. Array name dot length. So till last element we are going I plus plus. So then what I'm going to do, I'll do sum equal to sum plus array element. How can you get the array element? Num of I.
I.
Num of I. Each array element. This is the array element. So we did the sum of natural numbers, you remember? But I put directly I value there. But here what I'm doing, array name of index. Array name of index. What is I, sir? I is not index. I is index variable. First I value is 0. So it will come array first element, it will add to the previous sum. So this will sum and that will store in the sum variable. So you got the sum. Done. Now find the average. So always average can be a double. If you want to do a return, so just do a return tag. So double. So I can do a double. So average is equal to sum divided by array dot length. So return ABC. So directly you don't need to write this line also one more. So this part. In the return place, you can write directly this one. So you can reduce one more line. That's how you can reduce. So how can you do that? Let me show you that. That's it. So, but you have to keep in the, wrap it in the brackets, okay? That's it. So you can reduce this line, storing in a variable, then returning that this AVZ. You can directly write like this also. That's how you can reduce the number of lines of code also. Yeah, fine. So that program is done. The other program I want to do is, so I want to reverse an array in place. Reverse the array in place. So I'll give you one exercise for you. What you need to do is, please make a note this exercise. So you take in the array even numbers and odd numbers. Filter only even numbers, store them in another array and print that array. You got my question? So take one array 1 now. Array 1 which has a even numbers, odd numbers. Clear?
We need to print only even numbers, right?
So you take in the first array even numbers and odd numbers, both.
Okay.
Like this. Let me give you, as I think you people are struggling to understand. So array 1, which is having, so 2, 5, 3, 6, 8, 4, 9, right? So now what you need to do is, you filter only even numbers and store in the another array. That is even array. Here you need to store. So from this array, you need to get only even numbers, store in this array. Clear?
Okay.
Is it clear? That's what you need to do. So this is a bit challenging, but try it out. Not so challenging, but it's easy. Easy one. So, but all you should know basics, assignment operators and looping. So how can you do? Anyone can give brief?
Sir, we can do it by dividing by number 2, sir.
Okay.
If it is equal to 0, then it will be a even number. If it is not equal to 0, means it is
okay,
hard
fine.
number.
That concept is good. Okay, I understood. But how can you add to this array that element? That's the challenging here.
Sir, we copy, sir.
How can you
Use
copy?
it
That's
assignment.
what the basics are. That's what the basics I want. That's what I'm telling. Your basics. Okay, you got, okay, you did a no array, so element %L by 2 equal to 0. Then in the condition inside, you have to add that element to this array. How can you add? That's my question. All these programs, what we did, and so what we did, all these programs, what we did here, all these programs.
Assign copies.
Assignment, right? That element, that array element, you assign to that array.
Yes.
It's very simple, right? Or you initialize with this array with some other initialize that array variable, the index. So I value you can store in that array element. This in this array you store it. That's it. Just try it out. If you are not getting, we'll see. Okay. It's easy. Just assignment operator only you need to use.
Sir, we have to use, I think, enhanced for loop, sir.
Yeah, one more. So no need a for loop. First one, this iteration, this is iteration, right? That for loop, one for loop. Inside you put a condition, right? If condition, checking the
Yes, sir, yes.
even card. That condition inside you assign that array element to this variable, this array. That's it. How you can assign? You assignment operator. That's it. But you have to put a position here, the position. So you initialize the position in the if condition, j equal to 0 something, array of j, you put that. Okay. And increment the j value.
Yeah.
Got it? Got it or no?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Yeah. You should not use for this, but you need to put one by one element, right? That you initialize in the if condition itself, you initialize into j equal to 0. Okay. Into j equal to 0, you initialize that even array of j, you put it here equal to this array element assigned. If it is a even. Clear for everyone or no? Please. How many of you who got this problem? I want to see how many people will write this. Okay. I have given the logic also, complete logic. I want to see how many people will write. Okay. So that's one challenging, very interesting program. Write that. Next one is I want to reverse an array in place, right? So the next program is the interview question. This one. Write a program to reverse an array in place. In place means what? Positions you should not change. Only elements will move here and there. That's the reverse an array in place means. So I had to give an input for this number array. I'll give input, and that I'll so do a reverse an array in place. So let's see. This is all again basics of array. You should know basics. First element, how to get, last element, how to get, if you know, and then the swapping logic. How many of you remember the swapping logic with the third variable? How many of you remember the swapping logic with the third variable? Nobody?
We'll give the temp variable first.
Mm.
Temp equals to A equals to B equals to A. Okay.
It's an assignment,
Select
right?
them.
Just assigning, right?
Yeah.
Same here also, you will do that. That concept you are going to use here. That's why I'm telling very small programs I explained initially. Those you're going to use in the bigger programs. That's why basics, initial classes is, I say, very much important. How strong you are in initial classes. Go and refer my videos again and again until you are confident on each keyword, each syntax. The next level is going to be dead easy and cakewalk for you. Trust me. If your variables, data types, all are strong methods, control structures, this is the one where you need to focus more. If you're strong on these areas, the next level, it's easy. Because same thing, you see, I completed method, but still I'm using methods only here. Why? Selenium also, every line you will use methods only. Without methods concept, you cannot write even single line of code also there. You assume that. Beginning line onwards, methods only. See how much importance you need to give for the methods creation, method calling process. And that's why I'm not going to give up methods writing here only. I will till our entire course, even in Selenium also, I'll write the functions and I'll call them. That's what it is going to happen. And so you should be perfect on creating methods. Create more methods, void methods, return type methods. Then you should know how to call them and practice all our method formulas. Same class how to call, same package, another class how to call, another package class how to call, one package class methods how to call in another package class. Practice all these three scenarios for static and non-static methods. If you practice, and that's going to be easy work for you in the Selenium. Okay, let's write this one quickly. Public void reverse array in place. So I have to give an input to this method. I have to give an input to this method. So first, you have to find the array first element. Okay, so get the array for length, otherwise. So how you can achieve this? Even array, you don't need to iterate all the elements till last element. You don't need to iterate. So you do a length by 2. Then swap the elements here and there. First element you place in the last element you place in the first place. So those two are swapped. Then, so the same, last part1 and the second element you swap. So that's how you need to get every time. So get the size first, array size, I'm going to get array size length by 2, otherwise iterate. So I can just put reverse array in place. Started. Yes, I'm just giving some and iterate. Okay, iterate per. So int I equal to 0. I'm starting with the first element only. Then I less than array dot length by 2. So and I plus plus. So I'll do one thing. This one I'll reuse. Maybe I'll put a size. Okay, array size. I can assign to some variable. Int size equal to this one. I'll put. So this variable I'm going to use here. Okay, this variable I'm going to use here. Then, so first element, fetch the first element. So int. So first element, first item. So I can just put first item equal to. So you know array name of I, right? Array name of I. This is the first, right? Array of 0 means I value 0, right? Initially. So that will store. That will store in this temporary variable. Maybe you can put a temporary variable or first item. I just put a first item. Okay. Then, so what is the next one? This, you need to place this, the last element, you need to get it. To get the last element and store in this first place. So that means first place is num of I is equal to, you need to assign last element. How can you assign the last element? Num dot length minus 1 minus I. Why I'm putting a minus I here? So why I'm putting a minus I? The last element you are placing in the first place. Because yeah, I need to come back, right? So right side, from right side, you have to move towards the left side. How can you move if you reduce the I value? So next iteration, what will happen? You have to reduce the I value, right? Then it will come to last but one. Are you getting my point? So for example, this one, last element. Now you get this one. But how can you come to this one? If you remove the I value, then only you will get the last element, last but one, right? That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm removing the I value. Next. So in the last element, you need to place this first element. So you can write place first element in last position. So num of dot length minus I minus 1 equal to first item. That's it. This is a simple logic where place first element in the last position. So here place last element in the last element in the first position. Okay, so that's how you can do that, and you can print the array. After, so initial, okay, I'll print before reverse arrays. I can just put arrays. I can print it. How can you print array? Arrays class dot to string. So you can just give integer array. You can just give integer array, num array. Say after reverse. So you can say after reverse. So this is the one. I can just simply say after reverse. After reverse array in place. So this is the one I'm printing, just printing the array. So this is the one, how you can achieve. So easy, right? This is so easy, simple. So if you take this one, for example, 2, 5, 3, 6, 8. So just take a simple one. I'm just going to give you a demo here. So we have another few minutes. That for me 1 hour, one minute we have. Just give you give you brief idea about that. Okay. Now what we have done, 8 should go to 2 place, 2 should go to 8 place, 6 should go to 5 place, and 5 should go to 6 place. So you don't need to reverse this one. So the number of iterations also less. In the 2 iterations, you are finishing. So now see first element here, I value 0 means 2. So 2 will store here, right? Then, so what will happen here? What is the element? So last element means 8, right? 8. So 8 will store in the first place. It came here. It came here. So it is coming here. Now, so this last position, it is coming 2. So 2 comes here. So done. First iteration done. So now you have these two are changing now. So you can change 8 and 2. Done. Now next what will happen? The I value increments, right? I value become 1. So 1 means, what is the 1? This is 0, this is the 1. So 1 means what is the next one? Array of 1 means what is the value? 5. So now here, so count this value. Num dot length is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, I value also 1. 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1, how much? 3.
3.
So 0, 1, 2, 3. So it becomes